What's up, yappers? Mortal 3 Zapper here. We've all experienced it before. Waking up feeling good, hopping out of bed bright and early like 1 p.m. Maybe eat some cinnamon toast crunch before getting into the range for a warm-up. And oh, don't forget, gotta get at least one deathmatch in before queuing up for ranked. And guess what? Today you actually demolished the deathmatch. 40 and 10 in 5 minutes. Obviously, it's gonna be a pretty great day for ranked. Then you lose 5 in a row with every single gunfight. Bottom frag, team starts throwing literal slurs. I don't know about you, but that's just a day in the life for me. And I mean, it's weird, right? Because how can you play one day without even trying and top frag MVP every game? But then the next, you're dialed in, feeling good, and can't even land a single shot. Well, chances are it isn't coming from a lack of practice. Sometimes it is, yeah. But if you've been playing Valorant for a while, maybe even aim train here and there, your mouse control is definitely good enough to frag out in Valorant. And that's the secret. Aiming in Valorant is like 80% mental. So in this video, I'll be teaching you guys how to master your mental and become super confident so you can start landing all of your shots. Don't worry, I did a bunch of research for this one, so it's all proven stuff. Pro athletes in the Olympics do this shit, so strap in, get your notepad out. Here's how to master the mental game of Valorant.
One enemy remaining.
Give it to him, one bullet. No! Fine, reset.
Seconds left.
Yeah! Generational recovery, bro. Generational recovery.
First up, we got stress and anxiety. High levels of stress and anxiety can actually lead to shaky hands, erratic movements, and poor decision making. When you're nervous, you might overthink your actions or react too slowly, which can cause you to miss easy shots. So it's no wonder that mental plays a big part in this. In order to combat this, you can do a few different things. You know, one of them worked better than the others for me, but here they are for you guys. The first method you can use to combating stress and anxiety is breathing techniques. Slow and deep breaths can actually reduce anxiety and stabilize your hands. Positive visualization, which is the one that actually was working the best for me. You want to visualize yourself playing well and handling stressful situations effectively. This mental rehearsal can boost your confidence and reduce your stress. And then the final one for this is going to be staying focused on the process. Rather than focusing solely on winning or losing the round, you can concentrate on improving specific aspects of your gameplay, such as crosshair placement or reaction time. Next up, we got pressure to perform. This is a big one for a lot of players. And you know what? Feeling pressure to perform well, especially in competitive matches or when others are watching you, can lead to overthinking and affect your natural playstyle. You might actually find yourself making unnecessary adjustments or second guessing your shots. Some good ways to combat this is going to be to set realistic goals. You want to be setting achievable incremental goals for each game or practice session, rather than focusing solely on outcomes like winning or ranking up. You could also try adopting a growth mindset. Emphasize learning and improvement over immediate results. Understand that mistakes are going to be a part of the learning process, and you can actually use them as opportunities to grow. And then you also are going to want to practice in varied settings. So make sure you play in different modes and scenarios to build comfort and reduce the pressure associated with any single type of game. So if you're in high elo, this means that if you're finding scrims to play against better players than you're used to, it's going to actually help you build that comfortability to go back into ranked and to shit on the noobs. Next up, we got tilt and frustration. Tilt and frustration from losses or mistakes can lead to poor performance as it affects your focus and decision making. When tilted, players often make rash decisions or become less patient, which can hurt their aim and overall gameplay. I don't know about you, but when I've peeked out with the whole mag on the Killjoy, my team starts sweating. They're like, oh fuck, this guy sucks. And the rest of the game, I just can't get my head back in and I'm just struggling. And that's tilt. You know, once you're tilted, it's harder to aim, it's harder to think properly. So it's important to recognize the signs of tilt, be aware when you're getting frustrated or tilted, and take breaks if needed. I like to take a walk around with my dog, and then by the time I come back, I usually feel better. It's also good to step away from the game for a short period to reset your mind. Implement a routine. It's great to have a pre-game routine, yeah, to warm up your hands, but it's also good for getting yourself in a positive mindset. You know, it's easier to click the bots' heads. You'll feel good about yourself, and then by the time you're in game, you're going to pop off. And then it's also good to have a post-game routine which decompresses you and helps you review your performance more objectively. And of course, you want to stay positive. This one also was very big for me. Make sure to focus on the things you did well, even in losses. Positive reinforcement can help counteract the effects of tilt and keeping you motivated. An important thing to note here, it's good to focus on positive things even if they're really small. So maybe you peaked out with your teammate and you guys both died in a 2v1, but think on the fact that you actually made the right play. You guys peaked in a 2v1, maybe you counted down so you did it at the exact same time. That's a good play. It's a shame that you missed the shots, but it's still good to focus on the positive. Next up, we got confidence and self-esteem. A lack of confidence can actually lead to hesitation and second guessing, which affects your aim and overall gameplay. On the other hand, overconfidence can lead to reckless play and mistakes, so you need to find a good balance in the middle. And in order to do this, we want to celebrate small wins. Make sure you're acknowledging and celebrating your progress and achievements, no matter how small. This helps build confidence and maintain motivation, similar to staying positive like I mentioned earlier. And you want to self-reflect. I know it's boring, but it does help if you're regularly reviewing your gameplay in order to understand your strengths and areas of improvement. Constructive self-reflection can boost confidence in your abilities. That means paying attention to your good plays just as much as your bad plays. And of course, you want to stay humble. Balance your confidence with humility. Recognize that there's always room for improvement and make sure you're staying open to learning and feedback. That means if you peak out at a bad timing and whiff all your bullets, your team might shit talk you and be like, hey man, that wasn't a good play. You shouldn't have a hard head and be like, no, this was a great play. Instead, just be like, give yourself time to think about it objectively. Was it a good play or are they right? Was it a bad play? If it was bad, own up to it and correct that for future. And then you'll be a better player. Another huge mental barrier for a lot of people is going to be focus and concentration. Difficulty maintaining focus can lead to missed shots and poor gameplay decisions. Distractions or a wandering mind can often interfere with your ability to react quickly and accurately. In order to, battle against this shit, you want to minimize your distractions, create a distraction-free environment for your gaming sessions. This might involve turning off notifications, ensuring you're in a quiet place, or for me, I'll just chuck my phone to the other room. If you have carpet. If you got tile, you might break your phone. Then we got mindfulness training. Practice mindfulness techniques to improve your concentration and awareness. Techniques like meditation can help you stay present and focused during matches. If you see my calm aiming video, I even talk about this. And of course, breaks and rest. Similar to tilting, you want to ensure you take regular breaks to avoid fatigue and maintain sharpness. If you're playing for super long sessions without rest, it's going to decrease your focus and your performance. And of course, a huge one, especially if you like clutching up and, even getting aces, handling high pressure situations. High pressure situations like clutch scenarios or critical rounds can amplify your stress and impact performance. You might feel the weight of the situation affecting your decision making and your aim. And so you got to prepare yourself, simulate that pressure, practice in scenarios that mimic high pressure situations in your custom games or your drills. This helps you get used to performing under stress. Sometimes it's hard to find people to play with, but if you got a friend who is down to improve with you, you guys can go into a custom, just the two of you, and work on different scenarios that you struggle in. And then develop a routine. Establish a consistent in-game routine or checklist that you follow during intense moments. This can help you stay grounded and focused. And then of course, stay calm, you guys. There's a reason why calm aim is so popular. And in order to achieve calmness, like we talked about earlier, you got to use techniques such as deep breathing or positive affirmations in order to maintain that calmness and clarity during high stress situations. By addressing each of these psychological factors and incorporating strategies to manage them, you can improve your in-game performance and aim consistency. The key is to understand how these factors affect you personally and develop tailored strategies to mitigate their impact. Hopefully this helps you guys out. Thanks for watching. Peace.